My name is Tarek Bakri. I'm a Palestinian from Jerusalem. I live in Jerusalem. I'm originally an engineer, but I do an initiative to visually document Palestine through stories, through pictures, videos, and my initiative it's based on people sending me old pictures of their houses in Palestine before 1948. I find the Palestinian houses now. The Israelis they live in these Palestinian houses using Israeli laws like the absentee guardian absentee law and other racist laws to occupy and to sit in these places in Palestine. I also document the ethnically cleansed Palestinian villages. In 1948, the Israelis they destroyed more than 500 Palestinian villages all around Palestine. So basically this is the idea of the project that I do. Maybe there are some stories that are important and that they have let's say an impact or touching moments during the documentation in Palestine. Maybe one of the stories it's based on the right of return. People in Palestine in 1948 they used to hide their valuable things and their jewelry. But before that, as you know, that Palestinians, the symbol of return is the key, because everyone they closed their houses. They thought that they're gonna leave only for a week or two and then they will return back. They didn't take anything with them, just the key. They closed the doors, and then they've been waiting for 71 years old now. It's for 70 years, 71 years now. So as I told you, people they used to hide these valuable things. One of the stories it's related to my family. Let's say that the cousin of my grandfather he built a beautiful house in Jerusalem in the western part of the city, and he built it in 1939. So in 1948, when the Nakba happened, his wife, she after they felt that they're in danger and they have to leave the house for a while, so she took her jewelry and she put them somewhere in the house. She hid them in the house somewhere, and then they left the house for a while. But this while, then they went to Jericho and then to Salt in Jordan, and then they became refugees and they couldn't be able to return back to their house in Palestine. So after 1967, his wife she made a permission to enter Palestine, which was under the Israeli rule. So she went to the house and there was an Israeli woman in her house. So she knocked on the door, and then the Israeli woman she came and she told her, "Listen, you are living in my house, and you know that you are living in my house and you are using my stuff and everything. So I will return back to my house. If I die, my children will return back, or and if not my children, maybe my grandchildren in the future they will return back to our house. We will return to our house. But I just want to ask you something. The house it costs millions now, but I just want to enter and take something inside the house. So for her it's something more simple. It's the jewelry from her mother. So she told her, "Listen, I just want to take the jewelry that my mother gave me on my wedding." The Israeli woman told her, "Okay, I will let you in and take the jewelry," because people they used to hide it, not for example in the closet or under the bed. They had time to dig somewhere or to hide them somewhere in the house. So she told her, "I want to enter to take my jewelry from the house." The Israeli woman told her, "Okay, I will let you in, but under one condition." She said, "What?" She said, 50-50. She told her, "I don't want to tell you where are the jewelry," and she left. That's why the Israelis they brought metal detectors and they entered the Palestinian villages and houses and they started searching for these things. The metal detector they go to dig here, and they used to steal all these things. At a point she didn't want to tell her, "Yes, okay, I'll take 50%." For her it's not about the, the physical thing. It's about more um, it's for her, it's spiritual, it's her right, you know. So for her, the house costs millions, and the jewelry, it's more something from a memory from her mother. So for her, let her take all the jewelry, but I will not in the future say that I compromised and I agreed, okay, and made an agreement with her to take 50% of the jewelry. No, take all the jewelry, but I'll say that you robbed and you stole my things. It's not about a percentage. So this is one of the stories. Another story, it's about Khalil al-Sakakini. Khalil al-Sakakini, he's a Palestinian intellectual. He made the curriculum for the Arab countries, the books. And by the way, he was Greek Orthodox. Uh, Khalil al-Sakakini, he's a nationalistic Palestinian man, patriotic. His house was, every intellectual in the Arab world, they used to go to his house, Khalil al-Sakakini. No, he named his house Al Jazeera, the island, because the house was surrounded by different houses. He named the rooms of the house Damascus, Beirut, Qurtuba. And in 1948, the Israelis, they expelled the whole neighborhood, and Khalid al-Sakakini was one of the last persons who left the house after the explosion that happened in the neighborhood. There was a hotel called Samira Mis. After the Israelis bombed the hotel, the Israelis in the vans, they started, calling on the speakers, "Hey, people of Katamon, you leave your houses before we kill you. How the same way we exploded Samira Mis hotel." So at the point, Khalil Sakakini left his house, and then the Israelis, they lived in these houses. The house of Khalil Sakakini now, it's WIZO, Women International Zionist Organization. Okay, and the library of Khalid Sakakini, it was robbed by the Israelis. It's one of the libraries, besides so many private libraries for Palestinian intellectuals. For example, the Israelis, they robbed more than 60,000 books from the Palestinian houses, and they put them in the Israeli National Library under the category of abandoned property, so AP. And that's why there's a documentary on YouTube. It's called The Great Book Robbery, and this documentary, it talks about these things and about these houses and about the books that are nowadays in the National Israeli Library. Thank you.
شكرا.